Good morning. It's day 6 now in the classroom. We haven't done a whole lot this morning. It's almost lunchtime, but I did start going through these books and collecting the ones that I no longer want. I'm going to donate this whole box to, I don't know, someone. And then I just found out we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more boxes for me to go through. That'll be fun. And then my associate teacher, Dawn, has been going around the room and gathering things that are the same and putting them into our cubby room based on what interest area they go into. So she's been getting stuff out of the room, but not a ton put away. And then we started going through files and calling families that we didn't get a hold of to schedule their home visit, which again, we're not going in the home this year. We're going to actually meet up at a park, like just an outdoor park, not a playground. So she's been going through files and preparing for the home visits because those are later this week. And we are making phone calls and printing off like all our licensing paperwork and getting our files in order, like our staff files, and putting our professional development into our licensing logs. It's a whole lot of red tape, but we've been getting that kind of thing done this morning. We're gonna stop and have lunch now. And then I will see you after, and we'll see what else we get up to, because I think I'm done calling families and getting on the computer. If Dawn still wants to work on files, that's fine. I'm not sure if she's going to continue that or not, but her husband hadn't finished the shelves when she left for work this morning for our cubby room. Where is it? So we have not been able to put any more stuff in there like how we want to. So we're kind of at a standstill with that. I'm not sure yet how that's gonna go. We're also still waiting on our administration building's janitor to pick up this tall cabinet, this desk, this red table, and these 3 bookshelves back here were donated to the classroom. So I'm either going to sell them or I actually need a shelf at home, so I may take one home or see if the other staff need them, because I don't think are going to need them. They're really flimsy, and I'm not comfortable using flimsy furniture in a classroom with 4-year-olds because they climb things. So almost everything that's over here needs to go, not all of it. And then there's our storage cart. We've been filling that up with stuff that we are not using this year. Like, we can't use foam stuff because it's not easy to wash. We can't use play sand because you can't wash play sand. You can't use anything that's soft or fabric or wood. So that stuff has all been going down to our storage room because we can't use it this year. So it doesn't make sense to fill our space in our classroom with it. This is like Dawn's like 5th or 6th load that she's had to take down there, but that's what that cart is. And as you can see, all the junk that was around this is gone. We had a huge pile of stuff over here last week. I don't know if you ever saw it in the vlog, but that's all gone. It went to the administration building. This is going to the administration building and everything on it. It's like our old curriculum books, a couple extra sweaters for families that might need them, and this bookshelf, which we don't need. We have 2 wooden ones, so we're getting rid of these. We're also getting rid of these tall cabinets are gonna go, but I'm gonna go make lunch. I have some leftover slum gully, as my grandma calls it. I think it's actually called shepherd's pie, but I'm gonna go heat that up. Okay, so it's the next day. I didn't film much yesterday. We didn't have a whole lot going on. My supervisor came in just to check in on us and see how we were doing with getting the room ready and preparing for our home visits and getting a hold of families and stuff like that. So anyway, here's what we're doing today. We finally got the second set of shelves. We're gonna put those in and stock up the rest of the cubby room. Maybe start moving some of the furniture around. It kind of depends on if more of this stuff all gets picked up, because none of that is stuff we're keeping. So we still have a lot of space that's being used up that we aren't actually going to be using in that way, if that makes sense. So like, this is being used as storage for this junk. None of that junk we're keeping. So I'm not sure how much we'll be able to move around, but I'm gonna mess around with it today, I think. And then we also have to get ready for home visits and make sure all the paperwork's in order and all the files are prepared and all that jazz. So probably won't see too much change today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll wait and see. And you'll get to see too. Okay, first update. We have gotten the shelves put in. Ta-da! and started putting the stuff away on the shelves. As you can see, it's actually starting to be organized. We're almost done with what we can do in this room. I think I'm gonna have a friend of mine make some curtains to cover all these up, because underneath the shelving are the cubbies, and the students are gonna be in here and seeing all this stuff, and rather than having battles with them about what they can and cannot play with, and no, don't pull that down, whatever, I think I'm gonna put some curtains up to cover it. It'll also make it look a little neater in here. It's just kind of busy. So I have a friend I think I'm gonna employ to do that. And then I think when we're done here, I think we're gonna start working on the classroom a little bit and moving the furniture around. I'm excited, it's coming together. Okay guys, so it's not completely finished, but here's what we've got going on so far. It is almost done. We have over here, these two shelves here are all for our block area. As you can see, we still have a lot of space up here. Not really sure what's gonna go there yet. I'm sure we'll come across more things. And then here we've got all our toys and games. They're like collectibles, sortables, games. And then up here we have some of the bigger stuff. These things actually go in blocks. These are toys and games, these are toys and games, but they're just lighter, so it wasn't something we were worried about putting up high and having to pull down. Over here we've got our music and movement stuff in this little area here. We've got science stuff up top. We don't have anything going here yet. That's open-ended. I'm not sure what's gonna go there yet. Nothing to go here yet. So I might make this space for library stuff, not books, but activities or writing tools like chalkboards or whiteboards or Etch-a-Sketch, anything like that I might put in this area. I have some library sorting games, some retelling stories that we might put in here as well. And then over here we've got our house stuff right here and here. And then up the way top is our cooking stuff when we do cooking projects, which we won't be able to do this year, but still need to store it somewhere. As you can see, we still have some stuff to sort through. Most of the room is emptied out though. This is stuff that I'm trying to sell because I want to use the money from selling it to buy some more things for the classroom that we do need. Like we do need a dollhouse, and I want to get a couple decorative items for the room just to make it feel more homey, because right now it's really bare. I don't have any personal decorative items, so I think what I want to do is decorate with like khaki colors or burlap and some plants, because in our program we're not allowed to put up things that you buy from a store, like a pre-made poster or signs or whatever. It has to all be made by the children, but plants I can get away with. I can decorate with plants because they're just live creatures that you tend to and take care of. So I think I might decorate with those because it'll be inviting, it'll be warm, it'll be a little more homey. It'll bring nature back into the classroom, and I think that would be a good way to decorate without decorating. So I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna start moving furniture around. I think I'm gonna move. I think I'm gonna move this stuff and lay the carpet out. Okay, I like the look. I like the location. We're gonna put their personal supplies here, and then I think I'm gonna put blocks over here so that they can build on the rug. It'll muffle the sound a little bit better. But this rug smells. It smells really bad. It doesn't look like it was cleaned at the end of last year, and it looks dirty. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to see if there's a steam cleaner we can use to clean it, because I'm honestly not comfortable using this. I can smell it just standing on it. I don't even have to sit on it. So that's gotta get added to the to-do list. But I like it. I'm okay with this. It's a lot bigger than the one I used to have in my other classroom. So I'm gonna try and figure out which shelf I want to use for the blocks, and I think push it over under this wall here. So let's go find it. Okay, I'm not sure what I want to do. So I kind of like the idea of using this kind of shelf and putting each shape of block in its own cubby because they fit nicer. However, some blocks might not fit, or like if we have a lot of rectangles, they won't fit all in one space. So I don't know about that. But it also has this attached like bookcase where I could put actual books, or I could put like our farms and farm animals. I don't know. There's a lot of options with this one, but I'm not in love with it. Or I could use something like this where there are no barriers. But I've used something like that before with blocks and they end up not getting put away properly. They're all just like stacked on top of each other, not spaced out. So the cubby thing, the one with like the little sections like this one I think makes more sense if we're teaching them how to like sort the blocks by shape and possibly size, versus that one where they can just kind of throw them up there. I mean, they can throw them up on this one too, but I think it's more likely we'd get them sorted. But this would also be a good toys and games shelf because there's so many openings. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I'm gonna keep working. All right, so I think we've got things worked out. I'm not sure they're gonna stay this way. I'm not like in love with how it's played out so far, but it's functional. And I did get permission to move the desk. They are gonna take it out tomorrow, yay! So the last thing I'm gonna do before lunch is move the desk stuff onto the top of the shelf I'm gonna put it on, because I have to keep the computer. The computer is the only one that's allowed to print to the printer, so we can't connect our work laptops to it. It has to be the desktop that the school provided, so I have to keep that. But I'm gonna put it on top of our library shelf, this one here, and then I'm gonna cover this shelf here with fabric so that the kids don't get into it, and that's just where I'll store the extra books that we're not using at the time. So I think this is gonna work out. Here's what we've got going on. This is gonna be our block area. I know that for sure. I'm also going to use it for large group, and I'm going to put our large group supplies up here if I need any space to store the things we'll need for large group. This shelf is going to move. It's just there temporarily. All these bins are things that I no longer want, and so I'm leaving them out here and telling other teachers come take what they want whenever they want. And then this is our house area. I'm not in love with it. This is not staying. This is not staying. They're just placeholders right now. So this is kind of what it looks like. I don't love this table here. I wish it was either a rectangle or a circle, but it is literally the only small table we have. And then we've got our library is going to go over here. This will be covered up. These will be where the extra books are. And then I'm going to have a bookshelf here, a bookshelf here, and I'm going to use these little cube chairs that we use for students that have a hard time with boundaries in large group time as my library chairs, because I have 4 of them and they're easy to clean, so I can still let them sit and read books in here. Still waiting for all this stuff to go, but my sand and water area is gonna go here because it's on the tile, and then our art area is gonna go right next to the art closet over there. We are gonna put music and movement right behind the house here. So there's our house right here. And then right here is where we're gonna put music and movement. And right where I'm standing is going to be our toys and games. And I'm going to put some wood laminate down because this is also where we're gonna eat. I was hoping to put both of our eating tables over on the tile, but it just doesn't make sense for the functionality of the classroom. Plus, in the winter, when it's snowy and they're coming in wet clothes, our cubby room is here, but our door is over there. So they're gonna have to come through here in wet stuff. So I'm gonna put laminate all the way down through and then just continue it out to here to contain the wetness, and that way we can still eat over here and not worry about ruining the carpet. So I'm in the process of moving all the stuff that was over here because I wanna start laying the laminate down. That way I can start setting up the toys and games area. Toys and games is set up, with a couple exceptions. I still have to tape down the laminate because we ran out of the dark brown duct tape that I have been using to tape it down. So I've got to get more of that before I can tape it. I also think I'm going to lay down either this roll or this roll along this chunk here, because this is where we eat, and the edge of the table is so close to the edge of the laminate that I'm worried if they spill milk or whatever else they're eating, it'll get into the carpet. And this is brand new carpet. So I think I'm gonna have to lay another slab down. Unfortunately, this laminate is different than all the other laminate. And again, none of this was mine. This was all here from the previous classroom. So I just am using what I have. I do not want to go out and buy new stuff when the classroom is literally fully stocked. But that's gonna annoy me that the laminate is different. All right, we're out of the classroom for the day. We didn't really do much else. There wasn't much else to show you. We just prepared for the home visit. So we just sat and did some paperwork, filed things, got around our games and activities we usually do at the home visit to do our ASQ, which is a developmental screener. So we got those things around, made sure we had things that could be washed, packed the sanitizer and some sanitizing wipes, got a couple extra masks in case the families didn't bring theirs. And yeah, that's pretty much all we did. The next 3 days are home visits. I will not be vlogging those due to confidentiality and just privacy in general for my students and their families. But I will be sure to vlog again next time I'm in the classroom. Thank you for watching.